the compassionate companion. Beginning, as usual, by finding a position where your body can be held with dignity, whether sitting, lying, or on a cushion. Simply mindfully acknowledging your body, the sensations there, allowing the body to settle, becoming aware of the thoughts, the emotions, just allowing whatever is, I suppose, biggest to be there, to hold your attention, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant, in an accepting way. Not trying to change anything, not trying to push or shove anything, simply connecting to what is. Then observing the breath, noticing where it is most clearly presenting itself to your awareness, in the belly or at the chest, the rib cage. And without pushing or shoving, allowing a soothing breathing rhythm to emerge by gently slowing down and deepening the breath movements, inviting the breath to flow freely through the body. When you experience the breath movements as soothing, simply let the breath flow as normal without needing to influence it. So deepening it perhaps at the top of the in-breath to activate the soothing system, and lengthening it at the bottom of the out-breath. Gently allowing the breath to rise up, deepening on the in-breath, to let it go, slowing down the out-breath if possible, and deepening the out-breath. And as always during the exercises, if at any stage you need to take a break, pause, simply acknowledge this to yourself and come back to the breath. If you're stuck, tired, overwhelmed, whatever, simply use your breath as the anchor for your awareness in the present moment. So breathing. And in this practice, we remember the words, an anonymous few words. Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Don't walk behind me, I may not lead. Just walk beside me and be my friend. So in this exercise of the compassionate companion, allow your imagination to engage. Allow yourself perhaps to be inspired by people whom you consider to embody compassion. Perhaps people from your past or present, or from history, or from stories, books or films. Create your own image of a compassionate companion, one that's free from threatening projections. If it's an image from the religion perhaps that you grew up with, just be mindful of any associations with judgmentalism or threats that you may have experienced when you were younger. Perhaps you've moved now to a more broad experience of a loving, compassionate God or source of all life as you know or understand it. So just be mindful of this. So let your image be one where there's no threat at all, simply the qualities and the face of compassion. can be a human being, but also a supernatural or celestial being, or something from nature like the sea, a mountain, a tree, or an animal. As long as the image makes sense to you and one that you can relate to compassionately. The image might express commitment, a deep cherishing, a wish to help you or others, to help you carry and sustain your suffering or cope with it in some way. An image that perhaps expresses strength or courage, one that is not overwhelmed by your pain or others' pain, one that can always carry it without shirking. Perhaps the image can express wisdom, knowing from experience what you're going through, perhaps someone who has or who understands your pain and struggle. The image perhaps might express a warmth, kindness, gentleness, caring, maybe an accepting image without judging you or criticizing you, and perhaps one that accepts you unconditionally just as you are. So allowing the soothing breathing rhythm to continue, imagine you're in your safe place. This can be a place where you bring to mind your compassionate companion. The following questions may help. What would you wish your compassionate companion to look like? Remembering it can be somebody from your imagination totally. Might they be old or young, big or small, male or female, human or other? Will there be colours, characteristics, external or internal, anything visual? What sensory qualities would this compassionate companion have? What kind of a voice? Will there be a particular rhythm, tone? What would it feel like to be in the presence of this compassionate companion? Would it help you, or what would help you, to see that your compassionate companion expresses commitment, strength, wisdom, care, and acceptance? How would you like your compassionate companion to relate to you? Remembering that it's not the point of the exercise to get a clear visual image. The image might be vague, changing. That's not really important. Simply allowing in your imagination your compassionate companion to have this caring attitude of another being towards you, and allowing it to be an exercise in receiving compassion. And while imagining this ideal compassionate companion, the invitation is to focus the attention on how it feels when another being cares about one like this. Imagining how the compassionate companion cares for you with warmth and caring. How they truly wish you to be safe, to be free from fear and pain, and to be happy and contented. In doing this, what physical sensations and emotions do you notice arise? What happens in your body? what happens with your facial expressions. The essence, I suppose, of this practice is about learning to feel how your compassionate companion has your best interests at heart and is totally devoted to your well-being. The mind may come in saying, this is all very nice, but it's not real. This is just a fantasy about this person. It's not a real person. This person doesn't really care for me because it's not real. It may bring to mind the fact that maybe there isn't such a person in your life, which can be difficult. It's not necessary to deny this or to deny longing to have such a person in your life. It's okay to acknowledge this longing, but it is important to allow feelings of close connectedness when there's actually no person available to care for us for whatever reason. Particularly if we are tormented by inner criticism or an inner bully. We can often consider this real, this inner bully, although it's simply thoughts in the mind. This is about switching to self-compassion rather than continuing maybe with self-torture. And remembering that what we practice, we strengthen. Perhaps acknowledging that you're better off with a compassionate companion than somebody who maybe puts you down. We can call on this compassionate companion whenever we need compassion. And the more we practice it, the easier it will be to receive compassion from real people when they offer it. This compassionate companion is your unique creation. You can imagine how it rejoices to be in your presence. Spend a few moments being with your compassionate companion. Notice your body feelings, emotions rising and falling. Perhaps allow yourself to feel the joy that's emanating from this companion on being with you. Yes, joy at being with you. And allow yourself to feel a grateful heart for the presence of this companion with you. And for this capacity within you to evoke this companion and the feelings it represents and the joy it arises or provokes in you or evokes in you when you want or need it. So breathing in that atmosphere of care and being cared for, of being seen, of being held in the gaze of someone that loves you, of being acknowledged, of being supported in whatever way you need support in this moment. The following poem beautifully reflects the atmosphere of how a compassionate companion might be experienced. By Juan Ramon Jimenez. I am not I. I am this one walking beside me, whom I do not see, whom at times I manage to visit, and whom at other times I forget, who remains calm and silent while I talk, and who forgives gently when I find that difficult and hate, who walks where I am not, who will remain standing when I die.